last year, I had the most romantic Valentine's Day ever. Me and my husband, instead of going to a restaurant, we were packing boxes until 2 a.m. Why? Because the next day, we were moving to a new apartment which was entirely empty. And I was thinking and dreaming of this moment for quite a long time. You know, when I was living in a dormitory, there were 4 rooms, 4 girls in a small room of 20 square meters. And I told myself, when do I get the opportunity to decorate and design my own space? So here we go. This was like white canvas. What I didn't know, that actually instead of decorating, we end up making our own furniture. And the apartment looks like this today. But why it happened is because, you know, Parisian apartments are really small. And often you need a small furniture. So it starts with the simple coffee table that we were looking for. And we were trying to find something which was not so expensive. It looked a little bit nice, you know. You are looking at it every day. And in the end, we couldn't find anything, so we decided to make one on our own. And you see it on the picture. And we realized, well, this is quite fun, and it's not so difficult. So then we continued. We went to a kids department, and we found a cupboard, which was actually blue, and we made it white, and use it now for PlayStation and TV. We had at home really a lot of books. They are still there. And we had this space next to the window, and we needed a library which has a unique shape, like in the shape of L. But we didn't have a budget for such a thing, so we decided to make one on our own. And the same thing happened for my office desk. When I was looking for a new office desk, sometimes I work from home, and these office desks that you see in the shops, they are just horrible. They are so black, so rectangular, so big, and I wanted a yellow table. So we made it. And I believe you would do the same thing. And I believe many of you have done it already. I believe you have decorated already your apartment. Maybe you bought a piece of furniture that you changed, or maybe you made one on your own. Maybe you belong to millions of those people who are crafting at home amazing stuff and then selling it on the internet. Maybe you belong to those people who studied economics and they decided, after all, no, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, or I'm going to be a craftsman. Why? Because we belong to a generation of makers. We are people who are passionate about what we do. We are creative. We are not afraid to change the world, to run projects that can touch hearts and minds of others. We are not afraid to quit our jobs and start a new business. We are not afraid to create something out of nothing. But let me ask you a question. What do you think is the color that you're going to see the most in your lifetime? Could you guess? No, I believe it's the color of your office. Apparently, human being spends 90% of his lifetime indoors. And we spend more than 11 years at work. Imagine it? It's like going to prison for a really long time. And why I talk about prison? Because I feel like the workplace where we work today, when we spend the most of our time, productive time, is suffering from 5 syndromes. It's actually quite sad. Often there are no colors, please no decoration here. We don't want that. It's pretty serious. When you enter into a meeting room with your boss and your colleagues, even if you are like easygoing person, suddenly you become very serious. Right?
Yeah.
It's very static. When you enter into meeting rooms, often I see, one of my nightmares is when I see the big table, which is in one piece. I don't know how they got it inside, because the door is quite small, but it's there. And then you have people sitting over there, one guy on one side, then the person on the other side, and they barely hear each other. So you can't move the environment as you need. It can be very stressful. We are all about collaboration now. Everyone loves collaboration, right? Well, I can tell you, as a creative person, there are moments when I need to be with myself, alone, just thinking. And can you think of a place where you can be just by yourself in an office? Maybe in a toilet, right? But if you stay there for a long time, people start to wonder, what's happening? And those spaces are very standard. It seems like it's one company in the world that decided to equip all the offices. And why is that? Basically, we have chairs, tables, computers, then we have a beamer, of course, paperboard or a whiteboard, and I cannot forget my favorite, 4 markers with 4 beautiful colors. The problem is that those makers I was talking about previously, they go to that office every day. So it's like we put them in a box, and I would say, think outside the box. We organize a beautiful workshop for you where you're supposed to innovate, be creative, so go ahead. I can tell you, it's not gonna work, and I really need your help. So I would like to ask you, on Monday, where you're gonna enter your office, if you can put your magic glasses and try to see from how many syndromes is your workplace suffering, so we can do something about it. Or most importantly, you can do something about it. And then, you know, we have some companies who really care about the office environment. Designers, architects, creative studios, startups, some co-working places. They have really cool spaces, and when you see it, it's like, oh, I wish I could work there. But be careful, not all that glitters is gold. Recently, I came across a video on the internet, and it was showing a journalist in New York who was visiting one of those spaces, and she was wondering how they use the cool spaces that they have. And the co-founder was really proud, and he was giving a tour, and they came to one of the rooms, and there he said, really proudly, this is our playroom. This is where we do our collaboration work. And I was like, yes, this is what we need. We need a space to play and work together and so on. And then the camera moved, and there I saw a man sitting on a sofa, having a huge headset on his head, and playing on PlayStation, alone. Playroom for collaboration, one guy playing on PlayStation. So I was like, this is not gonna work. We should stop designing creative spaces and start making a space for creativity. I can tell you it's not the same thing. And the Playroom was one of the examples. So what can we do? It's not so difficult. The idea is just designing a space according to activities that you want to do, activities that leads to innovation. So basically, first of all, we need space for inspiration and stimulation. People are creative when the brain is disrupted and distracted. So imagine having a library where you can 5,000 books. You can find 5,000 books in your office, and you can go there and read during your work time. At LEGO, they have an idea house, and what they have is they display all the toys from the beginning of the company, and they have family pictures and some audio recordings that tell a story of their history and that can inspire the future. We need a space for collaboration, and I don't mean the meeting room. This is not the place where collaboration happens. We need an environment like a workshop that is really flexible with the furniture that you can move around, that you can change the setting according to the activity you want to do there. So for instance, at Nike, they have an innovation kitchen, and it's some kind of space where they organize, they have themed neighborhoods according to expertise. And when you go there, it looks like a business playground. And you can go and switch the neighborhoods and really let your mind wander and work with others. We need a space for playing. Creativity comes when you play, when you are not focused on the outcome, when you don't think about the process. It just happens. So, for instance, at T-Mobile, they have those backgrounds or backstages, and actually it's a space which is dedicated to project teams, and this is their space where they can do their playing and their messy work on innovation projects. So you have posters on the walls, you have drawings, you have images of the projects which are on the way. So they can really do what they like over there. We need a space for thinking, where we can be with ourselves. And what I liked, one of the examples that maybe I would like to mention is at DreamWorks. They have designed this kind of zigzag path, which is leading to the office entrance. Well, it's really cool because it's designed to slow you down and gives you a time for thinking. And it's really nice when you are walking, actually, when you need inspiration. The only thing you need to do is to go for a 5 minutes walk, and it will come. Their zigzag path is really slowing you down. Well, maybe it's not so great if you are late, but it helps. But you can have a space as well. I have seen a library which was really in the dark, where people can go and be on their own and do their strategic thinking, which actually today doesn't happen in the office. And managers, they say they do it outside or they do it over the weekend. And you need a space which is for you, and most importantly, inspired by you, by who you are, what are your values, what is important to you, what you are trying to achieve. So this space should be something like, you see what the company is doing. We can read the space and a physical environment as we can read the human face. So, if you put those 5 principles together, it's quite simple. Space for inspiration, collaboration, play, thinking, and a space that is in line with your identity. It's a concept that we call playground number 5, but the idea is to just help anyone in the world to design their own creative space. Now imagine that you are at home and there is someone knocking on the door. You open the door and the person says, "Hi, I'm Jim. I am the owner of the building, and we have identified some cost savings in your apartment, so we came to redecorate it." Would you let them to do so? Of course not. They don't know who you are. They don't know how you use your own space. They don't know that you you love cooking, that the kitchen is the most important place in the entire apartment because you are planning to be the next Jamie Oliver. And yet this is the way how the office redesign happens today. We have facility managers who are really driven by cost savings and space efficiency. If they can, they put more people in the same space. And then we have architects and designers who are really talented. They are really amazing. But sometimes they put their own identity into the design of your space. So I feel like this process is like upside down. And we need to change something about it. And I want to tell you a story of a space that we helped to change. It looked like this. It was about 80 square meters, and it was open space. They didn't really use it. So what we have done, it was a very simple program where we sat down with the people and we helped them to imagine how the space could look like. And the idea was to create something that would foster creativity and help to develop culture of innovation. We organized a design day where the entire transformation happened, and then we helped them to put it alive, to organize events and make it be used in a good way. And actually, the research says that if you let people to choose or co-create their own working environment, they're happier, they're healthier, and the productivity goes up by 32%. This is crazy. So I wanted to show you how the transformation went in a very short video. In the end of the day, when I was standing in the room, I had tears in my eyes. And not because how the space looked like, but because of the effort that people put in the project and the creativity that they showed and applied into it. And it was not a project made by us. It was a project made by them for them. And most importantly, it helped to planted a seed of a new culture. I believe you can do the same. It's really not easy. We are not designers. We have done this for the first time in our life. So find the maker inside of you and make your own space for creativity. Thank you.